Hi, it's Gail Bird here, and today's video is a quick view of how I can use the same technique and the same materials to create two designs. The technique is one outlined in my book, which is called Freeform Wire Art Jewelry, and it starts by doubling wire over and carefully tightening the fold into a hairpin. This is a slippery step, so it might take a little while to master. Next, you use your hands to make a loop in the hairpin end, on the flat side of the wire. Use pliers to grab the little tail and wrap it around the longer part of the wire. I'm leaving the part in where I miss grabbing the wire with the pliers because stumbling is common no matter what your experience level. And you should never feel bad about dropping a thing or not getting a technique right the first time, or the millionth time, which is probably an understatement for how many times I've done this. Just keep moving forward, and you'll do great. Next, slide some beads onto one of the wire tails. This is a larcovite, which is a black form of labradorite, which is one of my favorite stones, along with a little bit of shiny hematite. Use your hands again to make some flat loops around the stones. Double them up or alternate them in your own organic style. Don't do exactly what I'm doing here. Follow the technique. Keep making decorations until you feel it's done or until you run out of wire. And make sure you finish up the design with the tails back up at the first loop in the wrap. Wrap the tails neatly around the original wrap again to make this design stable. Tuck down the ends, and you're finished. This technique is a great way to make mismatched earrings that are also mainstream, because I can do the exact same thing a second time, and it won't work out the same as the first one unless I try really hard. The curls and the decorations just never come to me in the same sequence. But that's because I've never really liked symmetry very much. Lots of folks find security in symmetry, which is, I think, the same reason my graphic design students generally defaulted to it. Like, that would be the first layout they went to. But symmetry is actually boring. Asymmetry, so long as you balance it right, it's the simplest way to make an interesting design. It adds the flow and it draws the eye. You might find it difficult to do an asymmetrical design at first, especially if you're new and a little anxious about doing something and trying something new. But that's what's great about the parawire we use. It's affordable, so mistakes aren't expensive, so you can just ditch a design that's fighting you and start again without guilt. This wasn't really meant to be a lesson in design, but that's what's popped into my head when I was working on this video. So if you're not using asymmetry in your designs, I suggest you give it a try. You might be surprised what you can come up with. Thank you so much for watching and for your patience while I sort of ADHD my way through inconsistent video releases. I promise to do better for you, so long as you promise to keep making things. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay creative.